Welcome to the Dmytryk Law Firm YouTube channel.
If the case is very complicated, how can you better argue for low bail or release on your own recognizance?
A lot of people just give up thinking that their case is too complicated, but a lot of times there are things that you can do to improve your chances of getting released. Recently, we had a case where the original bail was set to $130,000, but we brought it down to zero and the client got released on his own recognizance. And so I would say there are two main things that happened in this case. One thing that allowed for it is the client's friend brought evidence proving that the client, in fact, lived at a certain address and had a certain job. That shows the judge that the person is not transient who happens to be in California temporarily and nobody knows where this person lives. Concrete job, proof that the person has ties to this local community and the person is generally lives in the local community and is law abiding. And then the second thing that happened is we got the video of the incident. The offense was not quite as horrible as the district attorney was trying to portray it. So it really helps to have resourceful friends who can do these things for you, bring the evidence necessary to the lawyers so that the lawyers could substantiate their claims that their client is not a flight risk and is not a danger to the community, which are two most important elements of any bailout. A couple other things that can be done to make the case stronger, even in difficult cases, is having more people show up with their arraignment. If a family member or two can show up, a family member and a friend, to show the judge that the person actually has support in the community, has people who are invested in the positive outcome of the case. That is very important. Another potential thing that can be discussed in more difficult cases is we can arrange for some kind of alternative while the client is out. Alternative means of preventing danger to the community or alternative means of making sure the defendant does not run away. And this alternative means can range from home monitoring, home confinement, ankle monitoring, for example, to sometimes, depending on the case, if it's, let's say, a DUI, ignition interlock device. An ignition interlock device is something that gets installed in the car, and before the defendant starts the car, defendant has to blow into a tube and basically verify that there is no alcohol in the breath, essentially a breathalyzer. So these options cost money. Right? You want to understand that installing the device costs money. Also, getting an ankle monitor usually costs money. Getting waivers for this kind of things takes a lot of time. So having a couple $1,000s available or a friend who can loan you that amount of money is extremely important.